Hi, everyone, and welcome to day 8 of my Recombobulation birthday countdown. Um, what I have been recombobulating about, what I have really been um, paying attention to as my birthday is coming toward me, is how precious energy is, and how we have been so well trained to live our lives letting our minds lead. And I don't know about you, but I was really, with all good intentions, I was trained, taught to push through. I'm really good when the going gets tough, and I'm grateful. You know, your greatest gifts, greatest gifts or qualities often become your greatest challenges also. So I have great resilience, for which I'm grateful. However, I know that I was taught to overextend. I was taught to push through and ignore the messages that my body was giving me, or ignore the small whispers of spirit waiting for them to become the hammer, to become the 2x4, and trusting that my mind, that was really oftentimes contaminated or influenced by my ego, that's where I would place my trust. And as I grow older, I am realizing more and more and more that the importance, of recombobulating that, rewriting that story. And I'm realizing that all along, deep down, I have known, but I've let mind override it, that deep down voice, that spirit guided voice, that inner knowing voice, is in what if we let that voice lead? What would our lives be like? And well, you think, oh my goodness, we would go off and frolic and never pay attention to detail. I don't believe that's true. I think we would just handle the detail and the shoulds and the have tos and the things you have to be responsible for in a different way that included joy, that accessed an ability because you used mind and spirit, because you combined thought with feeling, with intention, that it would, with far greater ease, lead to tremendous and prosperous possibilities. And I just haven't had the opportunity to fully test that out because so much of my life has been led, where I've allowed myself to be led by the should and have to voice that was often influenced by the mistakes my parents made and their parents made and their parents made, even with good intentions. And so on my recombobulation to my birthday, I am really choosing to more consciously let spirit drive, daring to have it be messy, daring to step into the uncertainty, that letting that inner whisper that often doesn't make sense, following that rather than the mind thoughts that are always contaminated by fear. And then letting that spirit guided voice, that listening to the whispers, use my intellect and my mind as an instrument, and use my body as an instrument, rather than my mind using spirit and my body as a battering ram to get things done. So it's an awkward leap. Now, I'm also aware, because I am getting older, that wisdom is telling me that, oh my gosh, I may not have time according to this human definition of time to I mean, I'm eager. I am curious and impatient. I want to quantum leap rather than do things in these mind-driven incremental steps. I believe that when it's spirit-driven, that's where the quantum leaps exist, are possible. That's where happiness is possible regardless of your circumstances. And over, I read this very small, see how small it is? This small little book called You Too, that was written by a wonderful man named Price Pritchett, Pritchett. And I want to read you just a little excerpt. He says, "It's just past noon, late July, and I'm listening to the desperate sounds of a life or death struggle going on a few feet away. There is a small fly burning out the last of its short life's energy in a futile attempt to fly through the glass of the window pane. The whining wings tell the poignant story of the fly's strategy. Try harder. The frenzied effort offers no hope for survival. Ironically, the struggle is part of the trap. It is impossible for the fly to try hard enough to succeed at breaking through the glass. Nevertheless, the little insect has staked its life on reaching its goal through raw effort and determination. This fly is doomed. It will die there on the windowsill. Across the room, 10 steps away, the door is open. 10 seconds of flying time, and this small creature could reach the outside world it seeks. With only a fraction of the effort now being wasted, it could be free of this self-imposed trap. The breakthrough possibility is there. It would be so easy." So what he's pointing out is that trying harder isn't necessarily the solution for achieving more. And I'm telling you, I am at a point in my life where I'm really tired of the struggle. I'm really tired of trying harder. And succeeding or failing, I want to live my life in those 10-second increments where, as often as possible, I notice that I'm the fly beating myself against the window that I'm never going to get through, and then turn to notice that the door is open, and that if I can just shift my mind to be a servant to my spirit and shift my body to be a servant of my spirit, the spirit whisper voice is kind, and it's creative, and it's loving, and it wants nothing but the best for us, as does our ego. However, I'm just tired of beating myself against the window pane. So that's what I am pondering today as part of my recombobulation. Thanks.